Hi, I'm Diana Rankin. I'm here this day to give you some messages for 2016. These are predictions. Some of them are things you probably have already guessed yourself. And I'm going to try to make this as positive as I can. But I'm going to start with a message from Philip, who's my spirit guide, because Philip guides me so well, and hopefully he's going to help guide you as well. The way I get messages, or one of the ways that I get messages from Philip, is from the book, the Master's Book of Answers. And as many of you know, that this is just a book that you flip through. It has an answer on each page. And some of the answers are things that you have to think about a little bit. And so I want to start and probably end with Philip's message for 2016 for all of us. And it reads, it's on page 181, and I just flipped through, and this is the page I opened to. And it reads, if you have the vision of reality, you can turn away from the turmoil of the world. If you have the vision of reality, you can turn away from the turmoil of the world. You know, that had such great meaning for me when I read it, because this morning when I woke up, I was kind of worried about the world. I know many of us do, and we have to talk ourselves away from so much that's going on in the world. This is an election year, and as many of you have already heard me say, those of you with investments, you really are going to have to be very, very careful this year. It's not a good year for investments. We're going to see the stock market continue to go down. We're going to have a lot of problems financially, not just in this country, in America, in the U.S., but worldwide. We're going to have some serious problems. We're going to see some very serious weather problems as well. And I really don't like to sound like doomsday here, but again, it doesn't have to be. I want to put a positive spin on this. This is also a time for many of us to draw inwardly and develop our spiritual natures. It's a time for us to really come into our own in many, many ways. It's almost like several of us, this will sound familiar to some of you, but we've been pushing against a brick wall, and it's like suddenly that brick wall has moved out of the way. But when that happens, that also can bring turmoil into our lives, because it's like we're hitting up against each other, the old and the new has been trying to come in for years, for many, many years, and it's like this year it's really exploding into the new. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. For some of us, it may seem much easier than it's been in the past, but on a world basis, we're going to find that turmoil. So we have to find our own reality separate from that turmoil. Does that mean that we need more love in the world? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. That's exactly what we need, is more love in the world. Whether it's loving your partner and being kinder to your partner more, or it's spreading love out into the world, and however you can do that. Instead of saying what's wrong, instead of saying, oh my, bring that love right here from your heart and spread it out into the world, because that's the reality we are creating. That's the reality we must continue to create. So please find love wherever you can. When you find yourself, like I did this morning, waking up and being worried about the turmoil in the world, being worried about who's going to be elected our next president, this is a political year and it is in uproar. Instead of worrying about all of that, I want you to take that worry. Take a look at one of my other videos called The Worry Jar and put all those worries in your worry jar. And then come back to love. That's what we really have to create this year. That's what will calm down all of the horrible weather patterns that we're experiencing. That's what will calm down some of the craziness in the election, because we don't have to participate in that. We do not have to participate in the anger and the worry. Instead of saying what's wrong in the world, let's look at what's right. Let's listen to what Philip has to say when he says, if you have the vision of reality, You can turn away from the turmoil of the world. For 2016, that's going to be our challenge. And for all of us who are turning into love, it is going to be a magnificent world. It is going to be a world where we find deeper love for ourselves and for others. It's going to be a world of greater prosperity because that love will be in our hearts and we'll be able to love ourselves. We've pushed past the barriers. Don't let the turmoil stop you. Don't let what's happening in the stock market stop you. Don't let the weather patterns or the political patterns or all of the grumbling in the world stop you. This is the year for those of you who live in love. This is the year you will be heard. This is the year that you will make a difference. So once more, from Philip, if you have the vision of reality, you can turn away from the turmoil of the world. For 2016, turn away, my friends. Let's spread the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.